So if you run a pig farm, there are certain medications you must give to your pigs before they are mated and after they give birth. So what are these medications? So basically, this is the process of medicating your pigs throughout that farrowing cycle, just before you mate them and after they give birth. Now, before you mate any pig, any female pig, you must deworm her. This is one thing you must do. And you must deworm her with a drug called levamisole. Now, this is for internal parasites, internal worms. This is the purpose of injecting them levamisole. You deworm them of all the worms inside their body. Then you also use the ivermectin, which is another drug, to deworm them of their external parasites. Now, this ivermectin also uh, fights or kills some internal worms, but most of the time it's mainly for the external parasites. So you have to use these two drugs to deworm your pigs, and of course, these two drugs attack the external parasites and the internal parasites, and they are the levamisole for the internal parasites and ivermectin for the external parasites, which include the monkeys, the lice, and the rest. Now, after you must have dewormed your pig before you take her to the boer, then of course you must also administer antibiotics. Now, at our farm, before we serve a female pig, like we call it, serving basically mean the bringing the boer to mate with her, we always give her antibiotics. Now, the antibiotics we use mainly on our farm is the long-acting antibiotics, which is the oxytetracycline. It's a broad spectrum antibiotics, which is why we always prefer to use it. Now, on your own farm, you can use the gentamicin, but the gentamicin is mostly for the gram-negative bacteria. It's not as broad as the long-acting. Or you can use the penicillin, but most of the time, just go for the oxytetracycline. They are better and they are more effective. And of course, you must also administer multivitamins, because multivitamins basically act to make sure that the pig is very active in terms of eating. If assuming is having low appetite, the multivitamins, if you give her some shots for 3 days, it will boost her appetite and it will keep her immune system up and running. It will keep her immune system very healthy. So these are the three major things you must do before your female pig is being mated. You must deworm her, you must administer antibiotics, and you must give her multivitamins. Now, after your pig gives birth, the very first thing you must do, the very first drug you must administer is the oxytocin. Now, the oxytocin is a hormonal drug which basically enables the pig to produce more breast milk, because breast milk is crucial for the survival of her piglets, because her piglets needs colostrum. And if the piglets don't get this colostrum in the first 24 hours, they will die off. So this is why immediately your pig gives birth, immediately your female pig gives birth, you must give her some shots of oxytocin to enable her produce a lot of breast milk for her children, for her piglets. Then after you must have given her the oxytocin, then you must give her antibiotics. This is to fight off any postpartum infection, because there are so many postpartum infections that could arise after your sow gives birth, such as mastitis and others. So this is why you must give her these antibiotics to clear her body of any infection, of any bacteria, and to keep her body healthy, so that her children can be suckling good breast milk. Because if your sow is infected, as our piglets are suckling her breast milk, they will also be suckling those bacteria, those infections. They'll be suckling it. This is why at times you might be doing everything right, but your piglets will still be sick. Why? Because their mother is sick. As long as their mother is sick, everything coming out from their mother's body that is entering into their own body will make them to be sick. So this is why you must always administer antibiotics once your sows give birth. Not that day, from the second day. That is when you should give her those antibiotics. But you can also do it the first day. But here on our own farm, we always administer the antibiotics the second day. Or when we are giving the children, the piglets, their own iron injection, then we administer their mother too. Because during that first day, their mother will be tired, weak from giving birth, and she'll be very stressed. So we don't want her to have stress by also giving her injection. That will also be painful. So we just want to allow her to rest. Then the second day, we give her those injections. Then of course, you must also give her multivitamin for 3 days to make her to regain her strength, to make her to regain her appetite, so that she can be feeding well. Because if the sow is not feeding well, it cannot feed her own piglets well. So she has to be feeding well, eating enough feed, drinking enough water, so that she can be able to produce enough breast milk for her piglets to be able to feed on. So that's basically how we do that on our farm.